Today, we're looking at the top 5 long-distance walkie-talkies for 2025. We'll be looking at the inflated range claims versus their actual performance, and we have a mix of walkies that balance battery life, range, durability, and ease of use in ways that suit different types of users. So there's going to be something for everyone. As always, the links to the best deals are in the description.
Let's start with the budget champ that's making waves online, the Baofeng GT18. This one comes in a 3-pack, which should already tell you what it's aiming for. Families, road trips, or anyone who just wants solid walkies without spending a fortune. And to be honest, for the price, it's surprisingly capable. The GT18 is a license-free FRS radio, which means you can use it right out of the box. It has a dual push-to-talk button setup, so you can switch between high and low power easily, plus a built-in flashlight and USB-C charging. Yes, in 2025, we are finally allowed to expect USB-C from our walkie-talkies. Now here's the thing. Baofeng claims a 3-mile range, and in real-world testing, it does fine in open areas, maybe up to a mile or so if there's a clear line of sight. But once you throw in trees, buildings, or hills, that range drops fast. That is not unusual for FRS radios, but it is worth managing expectations. Overall, they actually give much more realistic range estimates than other budget models do, which is nice.
Where the GT18 shines is simplicity. The interface is intuitive, the audio is clear enough at short range, and the lightweight build means you won't notice it clipped to your backpack or stuffed in a glove compartment. It also charges fast and holds its power surprisingly well for such a cheap radio. Now, is it going to survive a fall down a rocky slope? Probably not. Is it waterproof? Only a little resistant to light splashes. This is not your hardcore mountaineering walkie, but if you want something affordable, easy to use, and good enough for close range communication with family or friends, it punches well above its price.
Then there's the Cobra RX 680, marketed as a rugged, splash-proof FRS two-way radio with a mind-blowing up to 38-mile range. Cue the drum roll, or the eye roll. Because despite the hype, real-world performance lands you more like 1 to 2 miles on a clear day and only a few blocks when trees, terrain, or buildings get in between.
The RX 680 is lightweight and user-friendly enough that even your least tech-savvy family member can figure it out in minutes. Charging comes via micro USB, good old 2010 tech, but it works. And storing the pair in their included charging dock is a convenient touch. Built-in NOAA weather alerts and a flashlight, or SOS mode if you're feeling dramatic, are nice bonus features that give it a more emergency-ready feel than a plain old FRS radio.
Voice-activated transmission, VOX, lets you go hands-free, though in tests it sometimes delays clipping off the first few words of your message if it doesn't pick up on your voice cue fast enough. VibraAlert feedback quietly buzzes to let you know a message is incoming. No more shouting. Did you hear me? Only to realize the radio was on mute.
Audio clarity earns mixed reviews. Some users rave about crystal clear sound up close, while others found it gibberish beyond 300 feet or lost entirely at a half mile. One reviewer flatly said, "Don't believe the hype 38 miles," and called the sound quality horrible when even a short 100-foot distance introduced static. On the durability front, it's rated splash-proof with an IP54 rating, which sounds robust, but it won't survive a drop in the lake. It handled light rain and beach sand in controlled tests, but don't mistake that for fully waterproof credentials. Battery life is decent. Expect about 18 hours of moderate use before needing a recharge, though rapid draining during heavy use or VOX mode has disappointed some reviewers. So how does it fit in the lineup? If you want to step up from basic FRS gear, NOAA alerts, flashlight, VOX, docking station, the RX 680 gives you features, but with caveats. The advertised range is so inflated it borders on marketing fiction, the audio quality can be inconsistent, and its ruggedness is more marketing copy than rock climbing proof. Let's move on to the Midland LXT 600 FRS, a radio that leans into the feature-rich yet still license-free vibe of the walkie-talkie world. Midland proudly advertises an extreme range of up to 30 miles. That sounds good when you want to imagine endless horizons, but the fine print and real-world users tell a more grounded story. In normal situations, fields, light terrain, maybe farmland, you'll get roughly a half to 1 mile reliably, maybe 2 miles if the weather and terrain are both showing off. That is very much typical for family radio service units. Treat the 30-mile claim as fantasy, not fact. Where this model really earns its keep is in the extras. There are 36 channels, standard FRS plus 14 bonus ones, paired with 121 privacy codes. That gives you over 2,600 possible channel code combinations to dodge interference or chat in peace if your neighbor's radio is blasting golf updates. You also get NOAA weather scanning and alert lock on. It has high-low power selection too, letting you dial back transmission power to conserve batteries during multi-day outings. Voice-activated transmit, EVOX, works well enough for hands-free chatter, though, like most voice triggers, it's occasionally a fraction delayed or catches ambient noise. Battery options are flexible. You can use either the included rechargeable pack or 3 AAA cells if you're camping and forgot the charger. It is water resistant, not a deep dive kind of waterproof, so light rain or splashes won't end your coverage, but keep it out of puddles and swift rivers. Next, we'll dive into something that steps beyond FRS power, the rugged Walkie Talkie mountain radio, built for more demanding terrain and longer sightlines.
Walkie Talkie advertises over 25 miles of range, but of course the real-world range is much shorter. Field testers consistently report 1 to 5 miles in mountainous terrain, with 2 to 2.5 miles being comfortably reliable most of the time. And frankly, that's on the upper end for that sort of terrain. Radio waves unfortunately don't bend around peaks or through dense trees.
What truly sets this one apart is how intentional the design feels for off-grid life. It's splash-proof, dust-resistant with an IP56 rating and easily clipped to a backpack or harness with its built-in carabiner. No accidental drops into rocky crevasses or sleepy rivers here. I've read firsthand accounts of these units holding up through hikes, skiing, and even being dropped or tossed around by kids, still coming back for more every time. Battery life is exceptionally long, 4 days of moderate use, and it often lasts the full weekend without needing a recharge, even when accidentally left on during a 3-day camping trip. When it comes time to charge, you get USB-C. Finally, we live in the future, right? Audio clarity and interface are user-friendly too. Minimal buttons, simple controls, even thick gloves don't slow it down. Channel scanning, channel lock, signal strength, you can manage all of that with ease, even if you're somewhere above treeline with numb fingers. So if your adventures take you into remote terrain, mountains, trails, skiing, river crossings, and you want something lightweight, long-lasting, and dependable, the Walkie Talkie mountain radio makes a strong case. The cost may sting a little compared to under $30 sets, but this is paying for confidence in the field. Now we have a true heavyweight contender, the Walkie Talkie 5-watt, the only one here that requires a US GMRS license, and that extra legal formality comes with some serious perks. This isn't your basic walkie-talkie wrapped in hype. This is a true 5-watt GMRS radio, capable of repeater use, NOAA weather alerts, and even a dual-channel monitoring function so you can keep an eye on 2 channels at once. It's fully waterproof to 1 meter, IP67 rating, and built like a tank, with rubber padding and a shatterproof screen designed to survive drops into streams and snowbanks in high alpine zones. In real-world testing, while manufacturers talk up to 35-mile range, users typically see about 2 to 8 miles in backcountry terrain, perhaps up to 3 miles over rivers or 1.5 miles in urban settings. That power density makes a real difference when mountains, trees, or canyons get between you and whoever you're calling. Battery life is equally impressive. A single 1-800 milliamp hour lithium-ion pack lasts 4 to 6 days, even in temperatures down to minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Users report finishing multi-day trips with battery to spare, even when forgetting to turn them off occasionally. What's more, Gear Junkie and Outdoor Gear Lab noted that these radios delivered consistently clear audio even through tree cover and rugged terrain, thanks to the repeater support and upgraded hardware. Think better transmit strength, cleaner reception, and fewer excuses for poor signal. The one trade-off? Licensing. You'll need a GMRS license from the FCC. Currently about a $35 fee for a 10-year authorization. Simple and legitimate, but worth acknowledging up front. These radios also don't let you toggle power down like FRS units. You simply change channels to a lower power channel if needed. Some users found that a little awkward, but it's a small price for the output boost. And yes, they're pricier. But when your team is scattered across remote ridgelines or skiing zones, that price is buying consistent communication and peace of mind, not just shiny plastic. In communities like our GMRs, users echo that sentiment. They're rugged, practical, and durable as long as your group sticks with the same model to avoid compatibility headaches. So if you're serious about long-range communication in reliable fashion, across forested hills, canyon walls, or across miles of line of sight, the Walkie Talkie 5-watt is the clear leader. Yes, you'll need a license and pay more, but in return, you get a build and performance level that shines when everything else.
If you found this guide helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you want more straightforward breakdowns of gear that actually works in the real world, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got more exciting reviews coming your way.